Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. We are the Mile High Property Brothers. Getting right into it, we'll be talking about Parker, Colorado, but more importantly, not moving here until you guys watch this video and hear about these topics.
Okay, diving into it, guys, starting off, our first point here is let's talk about the housing that you're going to find in Parker, Colorado, and just some important things you need to know about that, because there's a variety of homes down there, okay? Everything from brand new builds to some older homes that were built in the 80s and 90s to some condos and townhomes and even some apartment complexes.
Correct. So like your northern part of Parker is definitely a lot different than like your southern version of Parker, and also different from your eastern side of Parker, more like on the east side of Parker Road. But let's start with the north when we talk about North Parker. That's where some of your older communities are at, right? Some of the older homes, not so big lots at all, correct?
Yeah, exactly. And also, if you look at, near the 470 Parker Road area, you're going to find most of your condos and apartment complexes there. Now, as you work your way down south, you're going to find a blend of some older homes and some new builds. And as far as the new build side, what you're going to find are new builds really all throughout Parker, Colorado, but as you make your way down towards Castle Rock, down off Crowfoot Valley, you're going to find a lot of new build areas that are popping up right there that pretty much neighbor right up to some of the more popular neighborhoods we've talked about in Castle Rock, Montaigne and McKenna.
And a lot of that stuff is really great. You've got brand new homes. Even some of those lot sizes are amazing. The homes look amazing. One thing that hasn't quite caught up when it comes to like that southern region of Parker and the development over there is your commercial. So as far as like your grocery stores, the commute to your grocery store, the variety of grocery stores, gas stations, things like that. If you're up on Crowfoot Valley, you can go down into Castle Rock, or you can come down the backside back on toward like Parker Road and Hess area. You do have a King Soopers. You do have a couple little shops. You've got some Cold Stone ice cream there, but you don't have a huge commercial development really that close to you, which isn't a terrible thing. A lot of people don't mind it, but it is something to understand if you're gonna be in that southern region. Bouncing back up toward like your north, you do have a little bit more commercial development on the northern side of Parker, and that is resting right up against parts of Centennial and Aurora, where you have like Parker Road and Arapahoe, which is like your Arapahoe crossing area, and you're not too far from like Southeast Aurora, where you have Southlands Mall. So a lot of different shopping. And one thing to add, a little bit more toward the north side of Parker, but they are getting a Whole Foods.
Hey,
Whole Foods is awesome. We'll do a whole video on Whole Foods. They got great muffins, pistachio muffins. Pretty good. I don't know if they're actually good for you just because it comes from Whole Foods, so I'm not going to get into that debate.
Almond butter, soy milk, non-soy dairy-based soy sauce, steel-cut spelt husk, Chef Soyardee soy-based spaghetti, and soy balls.
However, the fact that they're getting a Whole Foods is super cool. The commercial side, as far as like the southern region of Parker, is coming through. It is coming up, but right now it's very heavy in housing development versus the commercial side.
That's right. And speaking of Whole Foods, just a little bit more, there is one parking lot where you will have a Costco, a Trader Joe's, and a Whole Foods all within walking distance of each other. So pretty cool. And just to go on about this a little more, I've lived in Parker a long time, and one of my biggest complaints was that there's really not one central shopping area.
Right.
Like they've got everything you could need, the Walmarts, the Targets, all the chain restaurants you could think of. But unlike a Southlands in Southeast Aurora or an Outlets down in Castle Rock, there's not one area where you can go park your car and go and just shop and walk and spend, the good chunk of a Saturday or Sunday or something like that.
They've got things spread out pretty much through North Parker Road. It's all South Parker Road, the way it's labeled. But in northern Parker, all the way through southern Parker, you've got Parker Road that runs through that. And you've got different stuff at every major street light.
Yes.
But not necessarily right where you want it.
Exactly.
Right? So food for thought.
Now, one neighborhood that I want to point out in Parker, because it's really unlike all the others, and that is the Pinery. We've done a video on the Pinery before, but the Pinery is unique in the sense of Parker by itself, there's not a ton of scenery around there, right? You'll have some like rolling hills and maybe some plains here and there, and of course you can see the Rocky Mountains, but you don't have a lot of trees. You don't have the big bluffs that in foothills like you have like in Southeast Littleton or West Highlands Ranch or Castle Rock. However, the Pinery is one of these, it's an exception to where it literally feels like you're driving around a little mountain town or Evergreen or something like
100%. And you've got like the original side of the Pinery, which is a little bit older, a little bit older homes, but still big homes, amazing homes, great lots, great views. But then you've also got the part of the Pinery that's got a lot of your new development. So you're having luxury homes anywhere from $1 million to $3 million that are getting built out there, and they are awesome. So a lot of things to look forward to, but you also have those pine trees, hence the Pinery.
Lots
of
of
golf
deer.
course over there, a lot of cool stuff. And this is on the south side of Parker, just on the east side of Parker Road, if that makes sense.
Yes. Now let's talk about school districts. So we are Douglas County School District, which is the same as Highlands Ranch and the same as Castle Rock. Yep. And I went to Ponderosa High School, and you know how well educated I am and how good I turned out. So credit to Douglas County school system. Yes. So maybe despite how Eli turned out, Douglas County schools are really, really good.
At least he'll listen. At least he'll talk about it. I don't even tell you guys where I went to school, which probably means it's not much better. However, we have tried really hard, and for the most part, we come out okay. So we appreciate your guys' faith.
Have you ever seen the movie The Substitute?
Yeah.
That's where he went to school.
Today, we're going to talk about Vietnam.
Yeah, who?
Pretty accurate.
Yes,
Pretty
yes.
accurate. I'm going to walk myself off. Deflecting from where I went to school or however good his school was, what's important is that reminding you guys that we are licensed brokers here in the state of Colorado. And yes, just as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you with those real estate needs. So that number that's popping up below are the guys who answer the phone calls, text messages, and those emails. So if we can help you, we would love to. And no, I didn't answer text messages in school, but we're answering them right now. So if we can help you, we would love to.
All right, now moving along, let's talk about proximity to major highways and the airport and all that stuff. Now, one interesting thing here is that if you're looking at a map, Castle Rock, for example, may look far south of Denver, but you're right on the highway, so getting to Denver is very fast.
33 minutes.
33 minutes, yeah. Parker is significantly further north of Castle Rock. However, it's further east and off of the highway, so it takes longer to get to downtown from Denver.
Right, and just to be
Parker.
clear, like you do have some homes on the west side of Parker that are off of like Jordan that get a little bit closer to the highway, but the majority of Parker is further away, so more east of I-25. So you're either, if you guys were commuting to Denver, you've either got to take Parker Road all the way in toward like your Centennial and Southeast Aurora, which connects you to 225, and then you could take I-70 from 225 north to I-70 into Denver, depending on what part of Denver you're going to, or you could then just go straight west and put yourself onto I-25 and take I-25 north into Denver. But because for the majority of it is off the highway, it does take a little bit longer, but hey, a lot of people enjoy that. And I will say a plus to some of that is if you do want to go down to like Colorado Springs for work or for just going out and having a very like scenic view down the Springs, Parker Road will take you all the way down to the Springs. You go through, is it Black Forest?
Yep, it is. Yeah.
Black Forest is gorgeous. You have a couple of national parks on your way to the Springs. It's a 2-lane road, sometimes 3 to 4 lane road, but it's peaceful. The view's amazing. It takes a little bit longer to get to the Springs that way, but what a great scenic ride. And it takes you down into like Franktown, which is just south of Parker, and really cool view. So depending on what you're looking for, the commute in and out of Denver might not be a problem for you. If anything, you might like it because you don't need to be closer to Denver. You want to be a little bit more off the beaten path, but still have some commercial and whatnot. This could be a great sweet spot for you.
It is true. And you do have 470, which cuts right through Parker. That's a toll road. So if you do just head up north on Parker Road, jump on 470, you can hit downtown really with no problem. So there are a whole lot of people that work downtown and still live in Parker. So it's definitely not the outskirts by any means. There's a ton of really good options out there for really wherever you need to work. Now moving right along, let's talk about proximity to our major highways and the airport. Now one good thing about being on the east side of town and also near 470 is that it's really quick getting over to the airport. You know, quicker than if you were living in a Castle Rock or a Littleton or Highlands Ranch. You're jumping on 470, you're heading right through Southeast Aurora and curving straight up to DIA, Denver International Airport.
Yeah.
Very important. We got a lot.
All joking aside,
There we go.
all joking aside, I was waiting to see if he was that a proposition.
I know,
Sometimes his tone goes up when he finishes. I'm not sure where he's going with it. However, I like where he's going with it because it is a great point. But yes, if your commute matters, whether it's for vacation and travel or seeing family or for work, 470 is your most direct commute to the airport. And with that running right through the middle of Parker, you can enjoy being off the beaten path a little bit and having some space and whatnot, but still being able to get to the airport. So if that's important for you, definitely something you guys should be thinking about.
Yes. Now, you know, we talk about in a lot of these metro areas, just if you're new to the channel or new to watching our videos, One thing that is just important to note is that Colorado is not one of these places where you're going to see these major differences from a Littleton to a Highlands Ranch to a Centennial. Like our metro area, the way the city is designed, you've got Denver right at the hub, all the metro cities surround it. Like we have really good school systems in Colorado, really good school districts. It's hard to find a bad place in Colorado. All of our major metro cities have really good pros for a lot of people. So, you know, there's really not going to be massive differences between any of these big cities. So that's one of the good things about it, but it can also be a little difficult because sometimes you're just like, hey, I don't know where to go. They all happen to seem good.
Well, and because they're all so similar, right? If you're looking at like the Parker areas, there's just some surrounding areas that we talk about a lot that you guys should be turning those stones and taking a look, because yes, the areas do matter. There are a lot of similarities, but there are some things that just like might really check a couple more boxes for you and be super happy with. So when you guys are coming out here and taking a look, we've got some buyer guides that we can give you guys, and those buyer guides go over every area we've ever talked about, but then just some of like the major parts in those areas for you guys to go see to get a great feel for those neighborhoods. But guys, there you have it. Those are the top things you should be focusing on when you guys are going through this. And in addition to focusing on that, just reminding you that we are licensed brokers in the state of Colorado. Just as much as we love making these videos, we love more to serve you food or serve your real estate needs. So that number that's on the platter below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls, text messages, and those emails. So if we can help you, we would love to. But with that being said, you guys enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend. We'll see you guys very soon.
That's right. See you guys.